Well, good afternoon. Thanks for sticking with us. We're looking at some tough conditions yet again this afternoon, or this evening rather, as we see this system rolling in. And I just got an update here. Looks like we've had a winter storm warning issued with red on the map here between Fargo and Grand Forks and points west toward Devil's Lake. That's what red means. And we're looking at that watch still in effect for Bemidji and Detroit Lake. So this is brand new here. Disregard the label that I've put on here because of that change in that warning. And in addition to this winter storm warning, we're looking at a high wind warning over in the James River Valley. Not necessarily expecting much for the snowfall with this event, but certainly some strong winds up to 60 miles per hour possible, and a wind advisory that is going to be in effect for the Sisseton and surrounding areas here. So these are our headlines. Just got that update as we were coming to air here. So something to keep in mind is that we're upgrading things here, ramping things up as the system moves in. Let's take a look at your radar right now. We're looking at conditions that are going to be on the unsettled side as we're taking a look at your snowfall that's making its way through northwestern parts of our viewing area. Can-do back down toward Maddock and Carrington, seeing that move through. That's going to continue to make its way east. So this is going to start to affect travel if it's reaching the ground. Sometimes with these systems, it takes a little bit for that moisture that's a little bit higher in the atmosphere to saturate completely and make its way to the ground. But we're going to keep an eye out for this. And if you've got some weather to report here this afternoon, we'd appreciate hearing from you. You can head to our Facebook page and let us know. But this is just the leading line. You can see there's a lot of color showing up on the map in western parts of North Dakota. That's all going to be making its way eastward as we make our way through the day. Here's a look at our temperatures. Teens, 20s, even 30s. We were looking at this earlier. 32 degrees right now in Jamestown, 17 in Fargo, 13 in Grand Forks. Wind chills are better than they were, 4 below in Grand Forks, but most of us seeing our wind chills that have greatly improved since this morning. So not bad at all to be outdoors and out and about, maybe running those last minute errands before the wind and snow hit. Wind is starting to pick up a bit. We're seeing some steady speeds into the teens out of the south. And let's take a look at your hour by hour planner. Increasing clouds. We've already seen those clouds pretty much take over everywhere here this afternoon. And then continuing on, here comes this system. The precipitation with it will continue to fill in into our western viewing area. The winds start to increase out of the south or southwest. We've got that gust into the 20s by 3 o'clock this afternoon. Temperatures, we see more of that warm air spread eastward. So we'll see more places getting into the 20 to 30 degree range. And so leading up to this, it's actually not too bad. But again, we're going to watch that precipitation move in, starting first as that wintry mix we were just tracking on the radar. Some areas getting some snow, maybe a little bit of sleet mixed in there, or a little bit of freezing rain. Temperatures will be close to freezing, so we're looking at conditions that are going to potentially be into that icy area, that icy range as we head into the evening hours tonight, especially as those temperatures begin to drop. We'll see those roads freeze right back over here. And by 10 o'clock, here comes the snow for the Southern Valley. You can see a lot of the heavier snow will be up in the north, and in the Southern Valley, we may just get a quick shot or two, so it won't add up as much in the Southern Valley. Not that we're going to see a ton of snow with this system anyway, but several rounds of possible scattered snow showers making their way through. Winds gusting out of the northwest by tomorrow morning. This is 5 o'clock into the 40s. Again, this is when we're looking at potential into the 50s and even up to 60 miles per hour, especially in eastern North Dakota and right along the Red River Valley. Where that snow is falling, that's where we're going to have the toughest conditions, possibility of blizzard conditions developing, especially in open areas. And eventually the snow does move on, but we still have that wind as we go through the morning. So ice potential, again, greatest threat for it, slick conditions in eastern North Dakota, especially in the northeast. And then taking a look at your snowfall potential, again, this isn't a huge snowmaker. To the north of us, they'll get a decent amount up into Canada, but in the Northern Valley, we're looking at more around the range of 2 to 4 inches, and then lesser amounts the farther south you go. It's going to get blown around though, and snow on the ground could easily get picked up and blown around with wind gusts as high as we're expecting. And here's a look at our wind gust planner. Expect to have winds gusting into the 20s through this afternoon and evening. This is 10 o'clock tonight. And then here it comes for later on overnight and into tomorrow morning, 4 a.m. getting above 50 miles per hour and continuing on through the morning hours. So conditions are going to be quite windy even into the afternoon, but it does start to ease up at that point for the afternoon hours. So we're just looking at some tough conditions here, especially with the wind, but we'll have to watch out for that wintry mix tonight. And then here comes the cold.
And I think what's important too is that it's still going to be rough tomorrow morning.
Oh, I think that's when we'll see the worst of it.
Be aware of school closures.
Sure.
Be aware of maybe road closures even. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes, but I think it will have impacts on the morning drive and getting to school. I expect some delays at least.
Goodness. Well, best of luck to everyone and make sure that you stay safe out there. Thanks so much, Lisa.
You bet.